Hello Gemini and welcome to Quarter Moon Tarot. Let's start your reading, Gemini. Let's begin by taking a look at what's been happening in the past. We have bittersweet events, experiences, and we've got two cards which are crossing this. Let's see. Impartiality and gratitude. Okay, so here there has been something in the past which was nice and not so nice, but having taken an impartial view, having weighed both sides, having given enough attention to both perspectives, there is you've reached a conclusion which is it's with the gratitude. It's very loving, it's very compassionate. You are very grateful for the way things have worked out, and in a very unbiased manner. Probably it's been your thought process, what you have thought through, how you have conducted yourself, how you have gone about things, that what was nice, what was not nice. You've taken both views, the bitter as well as the sweet. And whatever has happened, you still have a lot of gratitude for what happened, how it panned out, and how it kind of eventually concluded. Okay, the direction it got. Let's see what this is about. It could also be differences with somebody, but you do realize, Gemini, that there are there's good and bad about everybody, and you probably weigh them very in a very impartial, unbiased manner, and you're still very grateful that you still have that person with you. That's where a relationship is the focus of this reading, for those of you where it's about a relationship. So we have King of Cups. Okay, things happened really quickly, they happened quickly. And so with the King of Cups, it talks of a person, who's a little emotionally, reserved. They're not very forthcoming with, how they feel, and they keep their emotions to themselves. They don't express themselves very well. Okay, and I think but with your reading, I feel that with respect to this relationship, with a relationship, you have been, you kind of held back a little, and you kept your emotions under control. You were more, let's say, practical, and how you need to sort things out with somebody. Okay, and then you realize that a lot more emotional maturity is to be taken into account, rather than that immediate reaction or that immediate response. So in the past, it was quite a burden for you to be a little restrained and not to give vent to your feelings, but you realize that it worked very well because it gave you an impartial view. Like the king, he is always very practical. He does not take sides, he does not give in to emotions. He has to be more logical, practical, and things for the larger good. And that's exactly what you did, Gemini. You saw the larger picture with the world over here, and you realize it's better to cool down a little and see things in a very unbiased, practical manner. And you are very grateful that you held on to this approach, though it was very burdensome for you, but it did come to an end. Okay, you did bring about a good closure to whatever has happened, just because you showed a lot of restraint, you showed a lot of maturity, and you showed a lot of I would say these qualities of a sovereign who always is always keeps things in check and in control. And that kind of a controlled, mature, unbiased approach has resolved things for you, and left you feeling very grateful for how things have panned out and how things were handled at that point in time. But with the bittersweet, I also got that probably you felt that with the sweeter, you focused more on the sweeter aspect of the relationship rather than the bitter aspect. And just because of that, you decided that, let me just hold back a little, let me be a little more practical, let me see what can be done about it, because the sweet aspect is more prominent in this relationship. So now let's see what's in your present. We have rejection. What is this rejection crossed by? Grief. But somehow things have not really worked out very well in the relationship. Maybe the relationship did come to an end. Okay, you feel that it was not things. See, there are times when things can really blow out of proportion. They get very messy, they get very difficult to handle. In your situation, Gemini, you're very cool, composed, restrained, and let things happen, and you kind of really did not jump into it, which gave it a good conclusion. Things wrapped up very well, and you, for that, of course, the gratitude is there. But right now, the relationship probably has come to an end, and you do feel that sense of being rejected by another person, or the other person rejecting the relationship, and it is really making you feel sad, no doubt about it. Let's see what's in your present. So yes, it's about this relationship, not always romantic, but a very very significant one. So now you need to have a completely new approach to it. Queen of Wands and the Knight of Cups. So even if for some of you, where you do feel that in spite of everything, the person has probably called off the relationship, or is not accepting the way you are handling the relationship, or still not getting back in touch with you, or still not responding. They have kind of not answering to the efforts you are making. Okay, so and that kind of rejection is making you feel very, it's of course giving you, causing you a lot of grief. But now you are looking at new you're looking at new horizons, let's say. Whether it's with the same person or with another person, I feel you're trying a new approach. You do want to make some move with the Knight of Cups, towards them. And because the passion is pretty much there, and there is a lot of energy in your relationship. It could also be that having being this other person not responding to you, now you're looking at a brand new relationship for yourself. And for some of you, you are trying new ways of kind of approaching this person you had a little ending with, or a little parting of ways, so to say. So for some of you, it could be the same person, and for some of you, you are looking at making an offer to somebody completely new, because because a previous relationship doesn't seem to be working out. The person is not responding to you. So some of you will be making another move towards them, and while some of you are looking at a new relationship. But definitely the grief and sadness is there of the fact that they have not responded, or they have not. And for those of you where the relationship has been called off, that answer was in the negative. Okay, so that's your present right now. But nonetheless, you're all looking at the relationship, either a new one, or putting in a little more effort to reconnect with the other person. Now let's see what's coming up for you, Gemini. What's coming up for Gemini? Facade. So this facade is something which is all about pretenses, right? And just going beyond those pretenses, and really seeing what is of value, what is it that is worthwhile beyond what you can see. Let's see what this facade talks of. Balance, temperance. Okay, so I get it that those of you, no, all of you, with respect to the relationship, whether it's the previous one or a new one, don't pretend right now that everything is okay. Don't pretend that you have recovered from that relationship. Don't pretend that you've got a, you found a new place, or if you found a new balance in your life. That grief is still there. That grief is still there. So even if you are reconnecting with the same person, this card facade talks of, don't pretend that I've let bygones be bygones. Reality is Three of Swords. Your heart is still hurting, and when it is connected with a new person, probably if you would try to come across as if nothing has happened, you're all fine, you're all good, your heart is happy. But in reality, your heart is still quite sad, because this person did not respond to you. So that is what you need to avoid, that everything is fine, everything is coming back on track. It's not like that. So don't pretend that it's all okay. Don't pretend that you don't miss it. Don't pretend that you're over with this. Don't pretend the grief does not exist. It's all there. So in the days to come, you're being guided not to pretend that everything is fine, and that you're ready for a new see, this is what it is. That is what the facade card is saying. It's you probably have it, Gemini, that you'd love to do the victory march, that I've got over this, or I have forgotten the past and I'm moving forward and I'm very happy. No, this three of swords is pretty much uh, a strong energy in your reading. And with the temperance card, it says that it's very very slowly that one's heart heals, and for it to start pouring out the emotions and the love all over again. It is going to take its time, but you're also shown that the victory card is here, that avoid having this kind of show that, look, I've come out of this, it doesn't bother me, I'm good, I'm fine, I'm doing very well. Don't pretend, Gemini, don't pretend. That's what it's saying. It's going to take time for you to get a new balance, or to balance out your the entire relationship for yourself. Okay, so like with the Ace of Cups, also a new beginning, maybe a new relationship, or like I said, a new start in the existing relationship. Don't feel that it's all fine now, we've got together and now it's going to be a brand new beginning. You might feel like that, but that's just a pretense, because something about the past is not quite over. It's going to take a little while. That's what the cards are saying. So let me get you a card of challenges. What's your challenge, Gemini? Let's see. What's the challenge in this reading? Four of Pentacles. You don't want to share yourself. You don't want to share how you're feeling. You don't want to share your experiences. You don't want to share what you have gone through with this other person, until you do not open your heart out, till you cannot really express what you truly feel. It's going to be very difficult for you to heal this grief and this rejection, Gemini. You need to acknowledge a lot of things to yourself as well as to the other person, as far as the relationship goes, because we don't want to be pretending to anybody. Sooner or later, everyone sees the real picture. Everyone gets to see what the truth and the reality is. So it would be the challenge would be not to pretend, not to do things so that you just have a relationship. You don't want to be alone, so you just want to be with somebody, because it is of course not nice to be lonely, but not at any cost, right? So you need to be very honest and clear clear this heart and this grief a little before you can proceed to another relationship, because then again we get more karmically tied down to somebody for just kind of being with them for reasons, selfish reasons, just because we don't want to be lonely. How do you know what the other person is looking for in the relationship, right? So you need to be on that equal level, on that equal playing. It's like a level playing field. Whatever you are giving, looking for yourself, give the other person the same. And that is why you need to be getting into the relationship with full responsibility for yourself as well as the other person. So that's your challenge. Look out for the other person as much as you're looking out for yourself. What's your guidance? We have the Star card over here along with the Ten of Swords. So the guidance is that keep an eye on the future, and heal this entire thing and put it to an end before you proceed. The ability is there, the potential is there for you to heal this for yourself. So keep your faith and work on it. You will come to an end. You will close this painful chapter for yourself, and then heal and move on in a very healthy manner to a new relationship, or bring about full robust health into the existing relationship. But this way it is not going to work out very well and for too long, because it's like, that's what it's like saying, the facade card is here. So let me get you an outcome for this. See, for now, the outcome is the Pentacles, which talks of you realizing a lot of things about yourself in this entire process. There's lots you need to discover for yourself. There's lots you need to know for yourself, about yourself, what you want, what you don't want. You really need to come into your own through these harsh learning lessons to realize what is of value and what is not. This card talks of being by yourself for some time, till you figure things out and then probably move forward. That is going to be the the best approach. But for now, the outcome would be to spend time by yourself. You have everything, but do feel, do explore and acknowledge why you are by yourself. And we really need a little soul searching, and we also really need to dig deep to see what is about these relationships and ourselves. And those answers you will get when you spend a little time with yourself. Now, let me see what the universe can add to your reading. What notes would the universe like to give? Karma is on your side. So, see, this is like, I think I did mention that it's going to be, quite karmic if you go back to a relationship just pretending everything is fine and you've not worked things out, and then you reconnect and this karmic bond becomes stronger, and the give and take and the karmic lesson learning becomes even stronger. If it is a new relationship you're getting into where you've not healed yourself and you probably are following the same pattern, you are tying somebody else further, a new person, into a deep karmic bond with you where it could have been avoided. So you just need to see that you are proceeding very cautiously and carefully so that you don't develop negative karma with other people, right? So this is going to be a pretty crucial time for you, so that you think things through very very carefully before you take a step, because it's somehow, with the karma card coming out, it's really going to put you in a cycle, a tough cycle, if you do not learn the lessons which you are supposed to learn through this relationship. Yeah, so just kind of clear that out before you rope in others and tie yourself down to them, and meet them in lifetimes, just clearing up the same thing which you need to clear up now. It just kind of gets extended into other lifetimes as well. So it's a good opportunity to clear it up for yourself right now, and move forward on a clean slate with whether the existing relationship or a new one. So Gemini, with that I'll wrap it up. Thanks for watching.